My fiancé's parents told me you'll be paying her $150,000 student debt when you marry her. I nodded. It's only fair. Then I canceled the wedding and sent them an itemized bill for the $50,000 I'd already spent on her. Their lawyer's response was hilarious. Original post. I 32 male was supposed to get married next month. Keyword, was. Been with Madison 29 for 4 years. Got engaged last year. Everything seemed perfect. We had similar life goals, great chemistry. Her family loved me, or so I thought. Wedding planning was going smoothly. Deposits paid, venue booked, the whole 9 yards. 2 weeks ago, Madison's parents, Harold and Diane, invited me over for dinner. Just me, not Madison. Said they wanted to discuss wedding finances and some family expectations. I figured they wanted to talk about their contribution to the wedding. Man, was I wrong. We're sitting in their formal dining room, and Harold pulls out this whole folder. Like an actual presentation folder, with tabs and everything. So Derek, now that you're officially joining the family, we need to discuss Madison's financial situation. Okay? Madison has $150,000 in student loans from law school. As her husband, you'll be taking on that responsibility. I literally laughed, thought they were joking. That's Madison's debt. We've already discussed keeping our premarital debts separate. That's not how marriage works in our family. A husband provides. Period. Besides, you make good money in tech. Madison shouldn't have to worry about money when she has a successful husband. She's a lawyer. She makes $85K a year, which is nothing compared to your salary. Don't be selfish, Derek. Here's the thing. I do make good money. About $180K as a senior software engineer. But I also worked my ass off to pay off my own $60K in student loans. Lived like a monk for 3 years. Drove a 15-year-old Honda, ate ramen. Madison? She's been making minimum payments while buying designer bags and taking girls' trips to Cabo. Diane, we've actually prepared a payment plan. If you refinance the loans and pay $2,500 monthly, you'll have them cleared in about 6 years. They slid me an actual amortization schedule. These people had spreadsheets. Me, did Madison ask you to talk to me about this? Madison doesn't know we're having this conversation. She's too proud to ask, but we know she's been stressed about the debt. So she doesn't even know about this ambush? It's not an ambush. It's a discussion about family obligations. When you marry Madison, you marry into this family and its values. Look, we paid for our son-in-law's business loan when he married Cynthia, Madison's sister. It's what families do. Me, that's your choice. This is mine. Don't be short-sighted, son. Madison is a catch. Her debt is a small price to pay. I sat there, looking at these people I'd shared holidays with for 4 years. The entitlement was staggering, but I kept my cool. You're absolutely right. It's only fair. Diane beamed. Harold looked satisfied. I'll need some time to review my finances and make arrangements. Harold, we knew you'd see reason. Madison is lucky to have you. Drove home. Called my buddy who's a contract lawyer, had him draft something up over the weekend. Then I did some math of my own. Update 1. Didn't tell Madison about the dinner with her parents. Wanted to see if she'd bring it up. She didn't. But she did mention casually that her mom had been asking about our financial planning. Red flag. Started documenting everything I'd spent on her over our relationship, not to be petty, but because I had a feeling I'd need receipts. The number was enlightening. Gifts, $12K, jewelry, electronics, designer items she needed. Trips, $18K, always upgraded to first class because she couldn't fly coach. Her car repairs, maintenance, $5K, she couldn't afford it on her tight budget. Rent support, $8K, helped her out during a rough patch that lasted 8 months. Wedding deposits, $7K, just my half, obviously. Total, $50K. Meanwhile, I paid for 90% of our dates, groceries when she stayed over, which was 5 nights a week, streaming services, you name it. But here's what sealed it. I asked Madison, hypothetically, what she thought about handling student loans in marriage. Madison, well, obviously they become joint responsibility. That's what partnership means. So, if I had $150 in student loans, you'd help pay them? Laughs. Derek, you don't have loans. That's why we work so well. You're financially stable. But, hypothetically, that's different. You make way more than me. It wouldn't be fair to expect me to pay your debts when you can afford them yourself. The actual audacity. That night, I made my decision. Texted my lawyer friend. Canceled vendor contracts where possible. Ate the deposits where I couldn't. Gonna be honest, losing those deposits stung, but not as much as paying $150K of someone else's debt would've. Update 2. 3 days after the parent ambush, I invited Madison's whole family over. Told Madison I had a special announcement about the wedding. She was practically glowing, probably thought I was going to announce I'd paid off her loans or something. Harold, Diane, Madison, her sister Cynthia, and her husband Brett all showed up. I'd ordered catering from Madison's favorite place, set up the living room nice, had a bottle of champagne ready. Madison. Babe, what's all this about? You're making me nervous. We just wanted everyone together for this. Harold, Diane, I've been thinking about our conversation. Madison looked confused. Her parents shifted uncomfortably. You were right. When you marry someone, you take on their responsibilities. It's only fair. Madison started smiling. Diane grabbed Harold's hand. Which is why I need to discuss Madison's financial obligations to me. Silence. Madison, what? I pulled out my folder. Yeah, I made my own presentation. Over the past 4 years, I've invested approximately $50,000 in our relationship. Given that Madison believes premarital debts should become joint responsibility, I'll need her to reimburse half before we proceed with the wedding. Harold stood up. This is ridiculous. Is it? You said when you marry into a family, you take on obligations. Madison owes me $25,000. Will you be writing that check, or should I expect it from Madison? Derek, what are you talking about? Those were gifts. No, sweetheart. According to your parents, they were investments in our future. And according to you, financial obligations should be shared equally in marriage. So let's share. You can't be serious. Seems fair to me. Oh, and about the wedding. It's canceled. I've already notified vendors. You'll be receiving bills for your portion of the lost deposits. That's another $7,000, by the way. Madison started crying. You're calling off our wedding over money? No, I'm calling off our wedding because you and your parents tried to manipulate me into taking on $150,000 of debt that isn't mine. You never once mentioned your parents' family values about husbands paying wives' debts. You knew about their plan, didn't you? They said, I didn't think you'd mind. You make so much money. There it was. This is insane. You can't bill us for gifts you gave our daughter. Me. Watch me. I have every receipt, every bank statement, even screenshots of Madison texting me asking for money. We'll sue you for breach of promise. Cool. I'll countersue for fraud. Madison entered this relationship under false pretenses, hiding her expectation that I'd pay her debts. That was mostly BS, but it shut him up. Derek, please, we can work this out. No, we can't. You could have been honest, could have had an actual conversation about finances. Instead, you sent your parents to strong-arm me into it. Pack your stuff. You've got till Friday. Oh yeah, forgot to mention, Madison had basically moved in but wasn't on the lease. Convenient. Update 3. Madison did not take this well. The next day while I was at work, she tried to clean out the apartment. Not her stuff. My stuff. My neighbor Ted, retired Marine, absolute legend, called me. Hey Derek, your girl's loading her TV into a U-Haul. I rushed home. Caught her red-handed with my gaming setup, my espresso machine, and yep, my 65-inch OLED. Me, what the hell are you doing? Madison, taking what I'm owed. You humiliated me. You owe me for emotional damage. That's theft, Madison. It's compensation. I called the cops. Madison tried to spin it as a domestic dispute, but Ted backed me up. Told them he watched her loading my stuff while I was at work. She actually told the officers that she was taking marital property. Officer, ma'am, are you married to this man? We're engaged. We're engaged. I have text messages from her saying she's moving out. Showed them the texts. Also showed them receipts proving I bought everything she was trying to take. Cops made her put everything back. Madison's face was priceless. She kept screaming about how I was financially abusing her. Officer, obviously tired of this. Ma'am, not giving someone money isn't abuse. He promised to take care of me. Officer, unless you have that in writing, it's not legally binding. That gave me an idea. Update 4. Remember that contract lawyer friend? We drafted something beautiful. I sent Harold and Diane an official-looking demand letter for the $50,000, itemized with every single expense, complete with receipts and bank statements. But here's the kicker. At the bottom, I included a settlement offer. I'll waive the entire amount if Madison and your family agree to sign a statement acknowledging that 1. The relationship was terminated due to financial deception. 2. No further contact will be attempted. 3. Any defamatory statements about me will result in legal action. 4. Madison will return my grandmother's ring immediately, worth $15,000. Harold actually hired a lawyer. This is where it gets hilarious. The lawyer called me 3 days later, trying not to laugh. Lawyer, Mr. Peterson, I've reviewed your interesting demand letter. And? While creative, you have no legal grounds for demanding reimbursement for gifts freely given during a relationship. I know. You? No. Of course I know. Just wanted them to feel what it's like when someone tries to make you pay for something that isn't your responsibility. Long pause. I see. Well played. Lawyer, between you and me, Harold tried to convince me to countersue. When I explained he had no case and would owe me $5 just for filing frivolous paperwork, he nearly stroked out. What about the ring? Legally, engagement rings are conditional gifts in this state. Since you called off the engagement, technically she could keep it. Even if she committed fraud, that would be hard to prove. However, Madison has agreed to return it in exchange for you dropping this whole matter. Deal. Got my ring back yesterday. Madison couldn't even look at me. Diane called me a pathetic excuse for a man, and Harold muttered something about my lack of class. Update 5. The social media drama started instantly. Madison posted this sob story about how I abandoned her over financial insecurities. Her friends started blowing up my DMs. I posted one response. Interesting take. Here's what actually happened. Her parents demanded I pay her $150 student loans because husbands should provide. When I refused, I found out she knew about it and expected me to just accept it. I don't have financial insecurities. I have financial boundaries. Attached screenshots of my texts with Madison where she admitted she knew about her parents' plan. The comments flipped immediately. Suddenly, everyone was calling out Madison for being a gold digger. Her sister Cynthia actually DM'd me. Cynthia, I'm sorry about my parents and Madison. Brett and I didn't know about their plan. Your parents said they paid Brett's business loans. They gave us $10 as a wedding gift. Brett's business was already profitable. They've been lying to Madison to justify their demands. Plot twist I didn't see coming. Madison tried damage control, posted about how I was financially abusive and controlling. Even started a GoFundMe for her student loans, claiming she was escaping a toxic relationship. It raised $150, mostly from her mom. Her law firm saw the drama. Madison works at a small firm that values integrity and professional conduct. They weren't thrilled about the attempted theft. Ted had recorded it on his phone and I'd shared it with close friends who happened to know her colleagues. She got a formal warning about her professional reputation. Last week, Brett texted me. Brett, Madison's loans just went into default. She's been shopping instead of making payments, thinking you'd handle them after marriage. Parents can't bail her out. They're mortgaged to the hilt. Karma's a bitch. Final update. It's been 3 months. Here's where everyone landed. Madison had to move back in with Harold and Diane. Her loans are in collections. She's been written up twice more at work for unprofessional conduct. Apparently, she kept trying to use company time to find a new rich boyfriend on dating apps. She's now on a performance improvement plan. Harold and Diane are stuck with a 29-year-old daughter who still expects them to fund her lifestyle. Harold contacted me last week asking if I'd reconsider. Actually asked if I'd reconsider. I just sent back, "LOL," and blocked him. The wedding vendors kept most of the deposits, as expected. Madison's family threatened to leave bad reviews, but the vendors shut that down real quick with their cancellation policies. Found out through mutual friends that Madison's now dating some investment banker she met at a bar. She told him she's debt-free and financially independent. That relationship should implode in about 3, 2. I'm good. Took a solo trip to Iceland, would have been the honeymoon. Turned Madison's old closet into a VR gaming room. Started dating a software developer named Jamie, who pays her own bills and thinks the whole story is hilarious. She actually sent Madison a Venmo request for $1 as a joke with the note, "For Derek's emotional trauma." Madison blocked her. Best $7,000 in lost deposits I ever spent. Could have been $150,000 in student loans, plus a lifetime of entitlement. Oh, and remember my grandmother's ring? Sold it. Used the money to buy myself a new gaming PC and donated the rest to a financial literacy charity. In Madison's name, they sent her a lovely thank you card. Some might say I went too far. But you know what? If someone tries to manipulate you into taking on $150,000 of debt and thinks you'll just roll over because that's what husbands do, they deserve everything they get. The entitlement was off the charts. The fact that they thought they could ambush me into this, that Madison knew and played innocent, that they tried to steal my stuff when it didn't work, nah. They played stupid games and won stupid prizes. My only regret? Not seeing Harold's face when his lawyer explained that his sue for breach of promise plan would cost him more in legal fees than Madison's entire debt. Actually, no regrets. That would have been fun to see, though. My girlfriend and her sister pranked me by driving away and leaving me stranded at a gas station 50 miles from home. I didn't call them. I called a taxi to the airport and flew to Vegas. They were still laughing until they realized I had the only set of house keys and hired security not to let them in. Original post, 29 male. Need to get this off my chest, because honestly, I'm still processing what happened 3 days ago. My girlfriend, 27, and I have been together for about 18 months. She moved into my apartment 6 months ago after her lease ended. Important detail, the apartment is mine. I've been there 4 years. Lease is in my name only. She pays me $400 a month as her contribution, which doesn't even cover half of utilities. But whatever. I made decent money and didn't mind. Her sister, 25, lives across town. They're close. Real close. Like, finish each other's sentences, have their own inside jokes, the whole twin telepathy thing, except they're 2 years apart. I always felt like the third wheel when the three of us hung out, but I figured that's just sibling bonds, right? Wrong. Last Saturday, we drove out to visit some outlet mall thing, about 50 miles from home. My girlfriend was driving my car. Yeah, my car. She doesn't have one. Her sister came along because apparently this was Girls' Day. But I was invited because I'm so fun to shop with. Should have known something was up. We stopped at a gas station. I went inside to grab snacks and use the bathroom. Took maybe 5 minutes. Came back outside. My car was gone. I stood there for like 30 seconds thinking maybe I forgot where we parked. Walked around the lot. Nope, gone. Then my phone buzzed. A text from my girlfriend. Gotcha. You should see your face, Ren. We're around the corner watching. This is hilarious. Then her sister texted, "This is what you get for being boring. Lighten up." I looked around, didn't see them. Texted back, "Very funny, come back. In a minute. We're dying laughing over here. You look so confused." 5 minutes passed, 10 minutes. Me, "Okay, joke's over. Come get me." You're so mad. Chill out. We're coming." 15 minutes. 20. Her sister, "Learn to take a joke. We'll be there soon. Stop being dramatic." 25 minutes. I called. It rang and rang. No answer. 30 minutes. Me, "This isn't funny anymore." Her, "You're such a baby. We're literally coming." God, that's when something in me just snapped. Not in an angry way, in a clarity way. These two grown women drove off and left me stranded at a gas station 50 miles from home because they thought it was funny. And even after half an hour, they were still messing with me. I opened my rideshare app. Then I thought, you know what? No. Called a taxi company, asked for a cab to the airport. Guy said it'd be $120. I said fine. While waiting for the cab, I got more texts. Her, "OMG, stop being so serious. We're legit on our way back." Her sister, "You better not be mad when we get there. It's just a prank." The cab pulled up, I got in. "Where are you?" I didn't respond. "Hello? We're back at the gas station. Where did you go?" Her sister, "This isn't funny. Where are you?" The irony wasn't lost on me. I texted back once, "Taking a trip, don't wait up." Her, "What? What does that mean?" "Are you seriously leaving? Answer me." I muted their texts. Got to the airport, booked a flight to Vegas, not because I had plans there, not because I wanted to gamble, just because it was the next flight leaving and I wanted to be as far from this situation as possible. While waiting at the gate, I made 3 calls. 1. My landlord explained I needed to add extra security measures. He was cool about it, said he'd have someone there within an hour. 2. A security company explained the situation. They could have someone at my building within 2 hours to ensure unauthorized persons didn't enter. $200 for the overnight. Worth it. 3. My best friend asked him to go to my apartment, meet the security guy, and give him photos of my girlfriend and her sister. Told him not to let them in under any circumstances. My friend, dude, what happened? They thought abandoning me 50 miles from home was a hilarious prank. I'm teaching them about consequences. Friend, oh man. Yeah, I got you. Boarded the flight, turned off my phone, landed in Vegas around 11 p.m. their time. Checked into a decent hotel, turned on my phone, 152 messages, 34 missed calls. I skimmed through them. The progression was interesting. First hour, confusion and annoyance, where are you? This isn't funny, answer your phone. Second hour, panic, we can't find you. Are you okay? Please answer. Third hour, at my apartment, we're at your place. The security guy won't let us in. What is happening? Fourth hour, anger, you can't lock me out of my home. This is insane, I live here. Her sister, you're being a psycho, let her in. Fifth hour and beyond, desperation mixed with rage. Where's my stuff? You can't do this. I'm calling the police. I sent 1 text to the group chat with both of them. You drove away and left me stranded as a prank. I found my own way home. The apartment is mine. Lease is in my name. You don't live there legally. We're done. You can collect your belongings next week with proper notice. Enjoy your night. Then I blocked both of them. Sat in my hotel room, ordered room service, watched some random movie, and honestly, I felt fine. Lighter even. Update 1, 2 days later. Okay, so I'm back home. The Vegas trip was actually pretty chill. Spent Sunday walking around, saw a show, hit a buffet, came back Monday afternoon. The security company had detailed logs. My girlfriend and her sister showed up at my building Saturday night at 10:47 p.m. The security guard, let's call him Dave because that was his actual name and he was awesome, told them they couldn't enter as per my instructions. According to Dave's report, girlfriend, this is my apartment, he can't lock me out. Ma'am, the leaseholder has requested you not be allowed entry. This is his legal right. Her sister, this is illegal. We're calling the cops. You're welcome to do that, ma'am. They did call the cops. 2 officers showed up around 11:30 p.m. According to the police report, which I got a copy of, here's what went down. Cop, what's the issue here? My boyfriend locked me out of my apartment. Cop, is your name on the lease? Girlfriend, well, no, but I live here. Do you have proof of residency? Mail address to you here? Bills in your name? No, but I pay him rent. Do you have a rental agreement? Written lease between you two? No, it's not like that. We're dating. I've been living here 6 months. The cop then asked Dave for my contact information. Dave gave them my number. They called. I didn't answer. I was watching Cirque du Soleil. They left a voicemail, basically. Sir, this is officer name. We're at your residence regarding a dispute. Please call us back. I called them Tuesday morning after I landed. Hi, this is my name. I had a missed call from this number. Officer, yes, sir. We responded to a call at your residence regarding a woman claiming she was locked out. That would be my ex-girlfriend. She was a guest at my apartment. We broke up. She has no legal right to enter my property. Officer, does she have belongings there? Yes. I'm happy to arrange a time for her to collect them with proper notice. But she's not a tenant. She never signed anything. She's not on the lease. Understood. We informed her she'd need to arrange property retrieval through civil means. Just wanted to confirm the situation. I appreciate you calling. Sorry she wasted your time. Part of the job. Have a good day. So the cops told her she had no recourse. She legally couldn't force entry. She'd have to arrange to get her stuff back civilly. When I got home Monday afternoon, Dave was ending his shift. I tipped him $100 and thanked him. He said it was the most entertaining shift he'd had in months. The sister was something else, he told me. Threatened to sue me personally. I told her I was just doing my job. I went up to my apartment. Everything was exactly as I left it. Her stuff was still there. Clothes in the closet, toiletries in the bathroom, some books, her laptop. I started boxing it up. Not to be petty, just to be ready. My phone? New number. Didn't give it to her. Had messages on my old number forwarded through my friend. She'd been calling him trying to get to me. The messages she left him were something. Tell him this is ridiculous. Tell him he's being abusive. Tell him I'm going to sue him. Tell him he can't keep my things hostage. My friend, dude, she's unhinged. She called me like 12 times yesterday. Me, block her. You don't need that stress. Then yesterday, her sister found me on LinkedIn of all places and sent me this message. You're a controlling psychopath. What you did is illegal and abusive. My sister is traumatized. You humiliated her in front of the police. She's staying with me now and crying constantly. All over a joke. You need therapy. We're getting a lawyer. I didn't respond, just saved the screenshot. Then last night I got an email from her. Long one. I'll summarize. I overreacted to a harmless prank. They were only gone for 35 minutes. Lie, it was over an hour. I'm financially abusive for locking her out. I'm emotionally abusive for embarrassing her with police. She has rights. As someone who lived there, she wants access to the apartment to get her things. She wants $2,000 for emotional distress. If I don't comply, she's pursuing legal action. I forwarded it to a lawyer friend. He laughed. Lawyer. She has zero case. You're being more than fair offering to let her get her stuff. The $2,000 thing is hilarious. Save all her messages though. If she harasses you, you might need a restraining order. This morning, I emailed her back, professional brief. You may collect your belongings this Saturday between 10 a.m. and 12 p.m. I will have a witness present. Everything will be boxed and ready. Please confirm your attendance. This is your one opportunity. After this date, unclaimed items will be disposed of per local ordinance. She responded within 5 minutes. I'm not coming alone. My sister and my dad are coming. Me, that's fine. As long as collection happens during the specified window. Her. And I want my key. There is no your key. The only keys are mine. The locks have been changed anyway. You're such a jerk. I didn't respond to that. So Saturday's going to be fun. I'll update after. Update 2. After the pickup. Saturday was wild. And by wild I mean exactly as ridiculous as I expected. My friend came over at 9:30 a.m. to be my witness. All her stuff was boxed up, 12 boxes total, plus some furniture items she'd contributed, a chair, a lamp, some kitchen stuff. Everything labeled inventoried. I wasn't taking chances. She showed up at 10:15 a.m. with her sister and their dad. The dad looked uncomfortable, like he really didn't want to be there. I met them in the lobby, stayed professional. Me, everything's ready. I'll help you carry it down. Her sister, you're really doing this? Over a prank? Me, over being abandoned 50 miles from home for over an hour while you two laughed about it. Yes. It was 35 minutes. It was over an hour. I have timestamps on all the texts. Her dad, can we just get this stuff, please? Smart man. We went up to my apartment. I stayed in the doorway while they came in to verify their boxes. My friend filmed everything on his phone for documentation. My ex started going through boxes, then froze. Her, where's my laptop? Me, box 3. She opened it, stared. Her, this isn't my laptop. Me, yes it is. That's the Dell you've been using. No, my good laptop, the MacBook. I don't have a MacBook here. Yes, you do. I kept it in the closet. I never saw a MacBook. If you had one here, it's not in my inventory. Her sister, he stole it. I didn't steal anything. Everything I found is here and documented. That laptop costs $2,400. You better find it. Her dad, sweetheart, did you maybe leave it somewhere else? Her, no, it was here. He's lying. This went on for 20 minutes. She was convinced I had this MacBook. I didn't. I'd never seen it. She might have been thinking of a laptop at her sister's place or her parents' place or made it up entirely. Who knows? Finally, her dad convinced her to just take what was there and handle the laptop issue separately. As they were loading the last boxes, she turned to me. Her, I can't believe you're doing this. We were good together. You threw away a year and a half over one mistake. Me. You and your sister decided it would be funny to abandon me at a gas station and then mock me about it for over an hour. That wasn't a mistake. That was a choice, and it showed me exactly who you are. It was a joke. People joke. Jokes are funny for everyone involved. What you did was cruel. There's a difference. Her sister, oh my God, you're so sensitive. I'm done with this conversation. You have your things. Please leave. You're going to regret this. I really don't think I will. They left. Her dad nodded at me on the way out. I think he got it. After they were gone, my friend and I ordered pizza and played video games. Friend, dude, the MacBook thing was insane. She really thinks you have it. Either she's misremembering where she left it, or she's making it up to have leverage. Either way, not my problem. Monday morning, I got an email from a law firm. My stomach dropped for a second until I read it. It was a template threatening letter. One of those demand letters you can buy online for like $50. Claimed I had stolen property, the MacBook, owed her $2,000 for emotional distress, and needed to pay her $400 for a legal eviction. The firm name was fake. I Googled it. Doesn't exist. I forwarded it to my lawyer friend. Lawyer, LMAO, she made this herself. Look at the spacing issues and the misspelling in paragraph 2. This is hilarious. Just ignore it. Should I be worried? About what? A fake letter from a fake law firm? No. If she actually gets a real lawyer and you get real paperwork, call me. But this is desperation. Yesterday, her sister posted something on Instagram. I saw it through a mutual friend who still follows her. Some people show their true colors when you least expect it. Be careful who you trust. My sister is going through the worst breakup ever because her ex turned out to be a controlling psycho who stole her stuff. Praying for her. My friend sent it to me. I laughed and didn't respond. The comments were split. Half were, OMG, sending prayers. The other half were people who apparently knew the real story. Didn't you guys abandon him at a gas station? Pretty sure he didn't steal anything, she just can't keep track of her stuff. Maybe don't prank people and expect no consequences. Her sister deleted the post after a few hours. This morning I got a text from an unknown number. This is ex-dad. I wanted to apologize for Saturday. I didn't know the full story until after. What they did to you was wrong. My daughter won't admit it, but I'm sorry. You handled it better than most would have. I appreciated that. Replied, thank you for saying that. I respect you coming along to keep things civil. I wish your daughter the best. Him, she's going to be fine. She just needs to learn that actions have consequences. Good luck to you. That was nice. At least one person in that family has sense. Final update. 3 weeks later, things have finally settled. Time for the last update since people keep DMing me asking for closure. The MacBook saga ended quickly. Turns out she'd left it at her sister's apartment months ago and forgot. Her sister found it last week and texted me. Found the laptop. It was here. Sorry for accusing you. That's it. No, sorry we falsely accused you of theft or anything. Just that. I didn't respond. Didn't need to. The fake lawyer letter went nowhere, obviously. No actual legal action was ever taken because she has no case. About a week after the pickup, she tried one last time. Sent me a long email. I'll summarize because it was basically, she's been doing a lot of thinking. She realizes the prank went too far. She misses me. She wants to talk about things. Maybe we could work it out. She's sorry for how things ended. Notice what's missing. An actual apology for what she did. Just sorry for how things ended, like it was mutual or something. I didn't respond. 2 days later, another email. I guess you're really done. I don't understand how you can throw away everything we had. I thought you loved me. I thought we were building a life together. All I did was play a prank and you destroyed everything. You're cruel. Still positioning herself as the victim. Still no real accountability. Again, didn't respond. Last week I ran into her dad at a grocery store. He came up to me. Hey, how are you doing? Me good. Thanks. You? Hanging in there. Look, I wanted you to know, my daughter's staying with us temporarily. She's okay. She's got a lead on a new place. That's good. I hope things work out for her. Between you and me? This was a wake-up call for her. She's always been a bit entitled. Her mother and I might have spoiled her. This whole thing, as rough as it was, might actually help her grow up. I hope so. For what it's worth, her sister put her up to the prank. Not that it excuses anything, but the sister's always been the instigator. I appreciate you telling me that. We talked for a few more minutes. Nice guy. Feel bad his daughters turned out the way they did. As for me, I'm doing fine. Really fine, actually. Changed my locks again, different keys from the temporary ones. Deep cleaned the apartment. Got rid of the chair and lamp she'd left behind. Rearranged some furniture. It feels like my space again. Went on a couple dates. Nothing serious yet, but I'm not rushing, taking my time. My friend and I still laugh about the whole thing. He calls it the great gas station escape of 2024. Friend, you know what the best part is? You didn't yell, you didn't argue, you just left, and then you made it impossible for them to ignore the consequences. Me. They thought abandoning someone was funny. I just showed them what it actually feels like to be left behind. Friend. Cold. I love it. Someone asked me if I regret how I handled it. Honestly, no. Could I have been more forgiving? Maybe. Could I have given her another chance? Probably. But here's the thing. What she and her sister did wasn't just a prank. It was mean-spirited. It was designed to make me feel helpless and stupid while they laughed at me. And even after they saw I was genuinely upset, they kept going, kept mocking, kept dismissing my feelings. That's not love. That's not respect. That's not partnership. So when they left me at that gas station, I made a choice. I chose myself. I chose my dignity. I chose to not be with someone who thinks humiliating their partner is entertainment. They wanted to teach me to lighten up and take a joke. Instead, I taught them that actions have consequences, that you can't treat people like crap and expect them to stick around, that some things, once broken, can't be fixed. The funniest part? They still don't really get it. Her last email basically blamed me for overreacting. Her sister's Instagram stories occasionally throw shade at sensitive exes who can't take a joke. They learned nothing. But that's not my problem anymore. I learned something, though. I learned that I'm not going to accept being treated poorly just because someone thinks it's funny. I learned that I can walk away cleanly when something isn't working. I learned that I don't need to explain myself to people who refuse to understand. And I learned that sometimes the best revenge isn't revenge at all. It's just removing yourself from the situation and letting natural consequences play out. They wanted to leave me stranded. So I left them stranded, outside my apartment, outside my life, outside the relationship they took for granted. Fair's fair. Life's pretty good now. Got a promotion at work last week. Thinking about getting a cat. Maybe taking a real vacation somewhere next month. And I'm doing it all without someone who thinks abandoning me at a gas station is peak comedy. Thanks for following along with this mess. Hope you all find people who respect you enough not to think humiliating you is funny. Peace out.